My name is Ayana. I'm from New York State, maybe 1 hour away from Manhattan. And I've been in Japan since 2011, 1 week before the big earthquake. And I've only been in Osaka. Hobbies, I like doing photography and roller skating. And I also like listening to lots of music. I kind of DJ sometimes. And I like watching Netflix. Well, when I was looking for work at one of the top 3 eikaiwas, they asked me like the 3 places I desired to live, and I knew some people in Osaka from New York. I did a language exchange kind of meetup, and I only knew a person from Tokyo, Chiba, and Osaka. And when they said that Osaka was open, I looked up Osaka and I figured it matched my personality. And so I've stayed here the whole time since I've been here when I worked at that company 10 years ago. Now I am trying to get out of English teaching, but I don't mind doing it private lessons or part-time. But I do a lot of narration work or voiceover, modeling, and social media for my friend's restaurant. When it comes to things outside of English teaching, like if your native language is English and your Japanese level isn't like N2 level from the Japanese proficiency test, it can be a little bit hard to find work outside of that. And then creative jobs in Japan also start very low. So if you have like high skill, you can still get like low pay until you stay there for a long time. So it's been a bit difficult for me finding work that pays well and also doesn't need me to speak like a native Japanese. Although I'm trying, I've been studying Japanese still, but it's a process. I guess for me, it would probably be easier to get a job in America just because of the skills. I think in America, they focus on skill more than how long you'll stay in a company. So I think, the hardest part is finding work that I'm happy doing. And that also pays well. Yeah, I would say freelancer, but I'm not registered as such. I have a working visa. So I have to find work in Japan for it to stay valid. And that's why I'm also working with at my friend's restaurant. Future goal is one day having my own business. I still don't know what that is yet, but I have ideas. I have a bunch of ideas, but I want to solidify that idea and then start working towards getting the proper license or whatever for it. You just try and doing a lot of things for free to get the experience. And then I think for me, the first step is a bit easier because I like trying new things. My hard part is the next step and the next step and the next step, because I get stuck sometimes just doing the first part. And then I need to, especially with my language, speaking, because I can read, I can understand a lot, but if I need to communicate, I need to make sure I say the right things and say it nicely, properly, or formal. But because I'm not there yet, I'm still stuck on the first part. I think there's a lot of opportunities that foreigners can take. Is just, again, the first 3 steps might be really hard. And if you're just here and you don't know anybody, it could be difficult. Or if you're here for a few years and you made a lot of contacts with other foreigners and other Japanese, then it might be easier for you. But there's always a loophole in some way. You just have to figure it out. In general, when I first got here, I was like, oh, Japanese people are polite. A lot of people say that. But since being here for 10 years, I understand that's your public face. So when you try to get to know a Japanese person, it might take some time. So some of my friends I've known, my Japanese friends, the close ones, they speak English. So they're the friends that kind of warmed up to me quicker and became closer quicker because they also know English. But for my Japanese friends who don't know English, it still feels like acquaintance level. It doesn't feel like close, but we're still very nice to each other. We hang out, we have fun. So yeah, that's how I feel about most of my Japanese friends, is that you're my friend, but we're not as close as my other foreign friends. So advice I have for anybody coming to Japan, definitely learn the language before coming here, and then do your best to speak as much as Japanese when you do come here. And also reading is important. I think writing, every Japanese person tells me writing isn't that important, but if you know how to type, that's fine. So just definitely language is important, and you can go far living here, and it'll be more fun and enjoyable if you know the language well. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Yana_YZ. And I also have a photography page. I do that for fun. And if you ever want to have pictures taken for me, it's Yana YZ Photo. Thank you for having me, and I hope you enjoyed my talk.